tricky question. You know, a lot of people think that they're eating healthy, and I can understand why, because it's very confusing. But a lot of times when I ask somebody, hey, what are you actually eating? And they tell me, oh, I'm eating healthy. And I say, okay, well, let's go through and actually write out what you're eating. It turns out that that person wasn't eating exactly as healthy as they thought. And it's not their fault. You know, nutrition is a very confusing world. And the food manufacturers are making these foods that seem healthy, but really aren't. They're kind of disguised fake health foods. So I would challenge, I would have to find out a little bit more about, well, what is, you know, how healthy, what are you exactly eating? So good place to start here is actually writing out what you're eating, how much you're eating, and really having, you know, taking it to a nutritionist or a coach and having that person go through that list with you, and, you know, to really determine maybe there's some things that you're eating that aren't healthy that you think are healthy. Again, because nutrition is such a confusing field, and it's constantly changing, and there's all types of different, you know, marketing strategies that are pulling us in this way or pulling us in that way. That's a good place to start. Tracking calories is also a great place to start. Oftentimes people don't realize how many calories they're actually consuming. That's always a kind of a surprise for people when they actually start to track their calories. I'm not a huge believer in, you know, tracking calories for life. I think that it's not an effective strategy, but it is a good idea if you're exercising and you're eating healthy and you're still not losing weight, and it's something that you desire to have and to experience, to look at those calories and see, well, where am I, you know, how many calories am I really consuming? Because you might be surprised that you're actually consuming more calories than you think. So that's a good place to check. As far as exercise, you know, I'm not sure what type of exercise you're doing, but the best type of exercise for fat loss is called high intensity interval training. And this is essentially bringing up your heart rate. So let's say you could do this walking. You're walking at a slower pace, and then all of a sudden you walk at a really fast pace. You're getting your heart rate up, and then you're walking back at a slower pace, and you continue to do this on and off for, you know, up to 20 to 30 minutes. That's a very effective strategy that has been proven by science to actually burn 3 times as much fat in literally half the time. So, you know, a lot of times people I see at the gym are just on the cardio machines, and they're going hard and they're sweating, and they're spending an hour there on the Stairmaster or the elliptical or the treadmill, and there's a much more effective strategy by, you know, and it's interval training. So if you're not interval training yet and you're looking to lose weight, this is a great method to explore. I highly encourage you to look into it. Sometimes it's called HIIT training, which stands for high intensity interval training. But you can get ahead and, you know, do some research on that and start to implement that if you're not already doing it. The third thing I'd recommend, if you're truly eating healthy and you're exercising, you're still having trouble losing weight, is to get your thyroid checked, because hormones play a huge role in weight loss. And a lot of times, just because of our lifestyle, because of the stress that we live in, a lot of times hormones can be off, specifically with women, which can then lead to it being more challenging to lose weight.